Hello everyone. Our next chapter is motion and time. So, first of all, measurement. Measurement is a comparison of an unknown quantity with some fixed quantity of the same kind. And these quantities are known as physical quantities that can be measured in the different manners. For example, quantities like length, weight, time, temperature, speed, etc. that can be measured, and these are known as physical quantities. And we have some different units to measure these different quantities. So these are known as standard units. These standard units are universally equal, and if we talk about the length is measured in meter, mass in kilogram, time in second, and temperature in Kelvin. Okay, so the SI system also specifies units for electric current, brightness of light, etc. The SI system is used uniformly all over the world for all specific work. However, in the everyday measurements, other systems are still in use, such as FPS and CGS, where FPS stands for foot, pound, second, and CGS centimeter, gram, and second. So let's learn how we can measure time. Anything that occurs or appears at a regular interval that can help us to measure time. If we talk about the previous time, so in the ancient time people used a sand clock to count the 1 hour, and even sundials were also there to measure the time. This sundial was used long ago to measure time of day. It worked on a principle that as the position of the sun in the sky changed, so did the position and length of the shadow cast by an object. And if we talk about our India, a few hundred years back, Maharaja Jai Singh II of Jaipur made huge sundials to measure time, and these can be seen at the Jantar Mantar at Delhi, Jaipur, Varanasi, Ujjain, and Mathura. And this Jantar Mantar, it shows the different position of the light of the sun. Next, we have a simple pendulum. What is a pendulum? Clocks that measure time accurately could be made only after the discovery of a simple pendulum by the Italian scientist Galileo Galilei. He discovered that if the mass hung from a fixed point is made to swing freely, it always completes 1 to and fro motion in exactly the same time. And this movement is periodic motion and can therefore used to measure time. And this pendulum has a small mass that is called a bob, and it is tied to a string. The other end of the string is tied to a fixed support. When the pendulum is at rest, it is in its mean position, that is 0. And if the bob is given a small push from its position of rest, the pendulum makes to and fro movements about its mean position. The distance from the point where it is hung to the center of the bob is the length of the pendulum. One complete to and fro movement of the pendulum is called an oscillation. The time taken by the pendulum to complete one oscillation is known as its time period. The principle of the pendulum is used to make a pendulum clock also, where the oscillation of the pendulum controls the movements of hands of the clock that shows us the different time intervals during the whole day. But if we talk about the electronic wristwatches, they work on a different principle. They have a crystal of a substance, and this is called a quartz. And these crystals can vibrate very fast and at a very precise rate, and these vibrations are used to measure the time accurately. Quartz clock is much more accurate than a pendulum clock. Nowadays, several digital watches available in the market, and stopwatch is also among these. Many of these digital watches do not have hour, minute, or second hands. They display time in digits. So students, here our topic completes. In the next video we will talk about the speed. So till that you just learn the things that we did today.